You ever get those ridiculous social media scams where people pretend to be somebody you're friends with and tell you you can make a lot of money? I know I do. It's why I'm very excited to partner with today's sponsor, Aura. Aura is an easy-to-use app that essentially packages a bunch of services to stay safe online all in one. Aura protects you from scammers and hackers. They scan the web for all sorts of data leaks and alert you as soon as they find anything. Aura is like the offensive line for a quarterback, consistently offering you protection from suspicious and malicious activity. They have a VPN built in that keeps your browsing history and personal information safe and encrypted. They'll even alert you if someone's trying to open up a credit card or a loan in your name. Did I mention they protect all your devices from viruses, malware, spyware, and any other things so the bad guys can't break in? Aura can even manage what your kids do on their devices. You can set limits and restrict them from specific apps. They have a password manager as well, so you don't have to rely on an outdated Rolodex or that sticky note that's been on your desk forever. There are apps that do all of these things, but there isn't one that tackles everything the way Aura does, which is why I say Aura is a 5-man offensive line and you're the quarterback. So head on over to aura.com/JKB. You can find it in the description and start your free trial today. All right. So I have to say before we kick this thing off, I'm tired, but we haven't gone live anywhere near as much as I said we were going to. So I had to go live. And I have to admit something to myself and I guess to you guys. I am not very good at this. I'm not good at this. When it gets to this draft season, right? And I'm just trying to make any sort of content I can, trying to learn about the draft. It's basically required, reading, in my opinion, when you're watching tape, and I mean, you guys can tell I'm tired. I just interviewed 2 prospects with Alexis earlier, but, I've just done so much with the NFL draft and I've been watching so much tape on all these running backs. And I just, I finished the quarterbacks. Now I'm on the running backs and I'll go on the wide receivers, tight ends, offensive line, etc. And I just have come to realize that I am just not good at this. And if you're sitting there like, Jake, what the hell are you talking about? I get it, because I'll say this. I am good at this. I'm good at YouTube. I'm good at putting out content to a degree. But as far as keeping the consistency that I once had with live streaming, in the effort of being fully transparent with my audience, I could be better. I could be a lot better. And I owe it to you guys. You guys deserve that. You guys did. I mean, the fact that you guys are like this hype about me going live, it's 11:13 p.m. Eastern time, right? On the East Coast. And, not everybody's on the East Coast. I understand it's probably 8:13 for most of you, but still, you got yay, J live in the comment section. Like, to me, I have to do better. I just wanted to start off by saying that because I am doing a lot and I understand and I'm trying to manage my burnout and whatnot, but it has not been acceptable how much I haven't streamed. Because if you go back and you look at, I think 2020, more so 2021, I streamed a lot more to the point where I was doing it almost every night. We need to get back to that. Even if it's for 30 minutes, I'm sure you would not kill, but you guys would absolutely love, even if it was 35 to 45 minutes a day. You guys would love that. You guys would. I'm not making the 5-hour live streams anymore. So there's no reason why I can't go live. And, I understand I'm doing a lot, but I got to get better. In order for me to take that next step in content creation, I have to do better, And so I realize that, and I owe it to you guys, because I get all the time the comment section. It's like, hey, when's the next live stream? And then I say, yeah, I'm thinking about, no, I gotta stick to it. So tomorrow, which will be Wednesday, in about 45 minutes on the East Coast. Tomorrow we have I'm going on a Panthers show, so that will be dope. Looking forward to that. And I'm also going to be having a meeting with something like, I'm not going to, leak too much, but something is brewing in the background for me, content creator wise. And then there's potentially something else brewing in the background. And I mean, one can hope, if you pray, pray for me. Just do that, because I will be very, very, very happy if this thing comes through. I just like being transparent with my audience. So, yeah, I mean, tomorrow, will a live stream happen? I know we're getting a giant snowstorm in this area in New York, but I will plan on doing a live stream, even if it's 30 to 45 minutes tomorrow. Then Thursday, okay? Thursday we have here, let's see, where's my calendar? I'm trying to find my calendar app on my iPad, and I don't know where it is. Awesome. I feel like such a bozo. Yeah, I don't know where. Oh, there it is. Okay. So my calendar app is stating that I have 3 interviews on Thursday. 3 interviews. Alexis and I, it looks like we're interviewing 3 prospects on Thursday. So that is that. And then I'll try to get something out in some capacity live stream wise Thursday. Friday, we should be able to go live. Saturday and Sunday, we will go live for sure. So, I'm going to try to do something every day. Let's do that, right? Let's commit to that. Even if it's just 30 minutes, I need to be better. I need to do more. So, I feel like I'm kind of a perfectionist in a way. I'm trying to always do so much. And like what I find is I'm putting so much effort into doing these draft stuff, right? Like these draft videos essentially. And so it steers my attention away because you can't do everything. So you have to pick and choose. During the draft season, you guys see it. I put out how many shorts already? I mean, that's the thing. I'm really at the point where I feel like I got to balance out my shit better. But more importantly, I need to live stream more, because live streams, like I've already seen all the analytics. They all support it. It drives more audience. It drives new viewers. And if I have a thing, like I've hit my wheelhouse, I find my wheelhouse about how I'm able to bring more onto this channel, grow the brand further, create more revenue, all that, then yeah, I got to do that. So that's the plan moving forward, is that I know I said this before, but I am sticking to it. Okay. I'm not going to burn out. I'm going to manage my burnout this year. I will. But I don't know. I'm excited. Like, not saying it's the new me. I've been this way before, like where I have live streamed every night, but I definitely want to get to that point where, we're back to where we were. And, because this growth has been great, but it could be even better. And I need to get to that point. And so, full disclosure, most people are probably not going to click on an MCU link. They're not going to click on a horror movie link. They're not going to click on a Jets link, whatever. Most of my subscribers, as I know, are Rams fans. So this is JE Live. Pretty much I will talk about what's going on with the Rams. The thumbnail and the title pretty much states what I'm going to be talking about. But if you have any questions that are not pertaining to the Rams, it's JE Live. I answer all the questions as long as it's appropriate, and I can get to it. I will be picking up, because I kind of went off on a little tangent there for the last 10 minutes or whatever. So I am going to try to trail back to pick up all these comments and just answer them, react to them, because I see some of them, but there's no way I'm going to get to all of them if I just keep rambling. So let's get into the comments here. Then I'll give my thoughts. Before I do, Chase Blackburn is officially the Rams special teams coordinator. For those of you who don't know, Chase Blackburn did coach for the Carolina Panthers and the Tennessee Titans. He also played for the New York Giants. He had the famous interception in the Super Bowl against Tom Brady, going up and high pointing the football, boxing out Rob Gronkowski. It was one of the craziest things I think I've ever seen, just to see him body Gronkowski like that. So that's the new special teams coordinator. Also, Aubrey Pleasant has rejoined the Rams. So that's the news there. We'll be putting out a Rams, a Believe in Rams podcast at some point this week. So look out for that. But yeah, time to kind of retrace our steps here. So what's up, Zudin? How's it going? Let's see here. Trading Ramsey. I don't know. I can't say I think so. I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, they might, but it feels to me, the vibe I'm getting from the whole Jalen Ramsey thing is that it's contractual based. And I feel like this is either going to end in a new reworked deal for Ramsey that not only benefits him, but also benefits, the Rams, creates some salary cap, whatever. Or, they're going to get rid of him. But I do think it has more to do with contract than it does like the Rams just don't want him anymore. Appreciate it, KXM. How we doing? What's up? Jake the Snake, when are you doing a Rams draft stream? When I have a handle on the draft. I've only done quarterback and I'm working on, I got through about 9 running backs that I've fully scouted. I put out about 4 running back videos. So, I mean, really, it's, it's a matter of learning the draft. And until I finish out all the prospects, I won't be able to make any sort of, it just wouldn't be fair. My mock draft would be so lame if I only watched quarterbacks and running backs and just made a mock draft based on needs when I don't know any of the other players. That's why I always say it's required reading or required watching, if you will. Think about it in terms of this. If someone were to watch Endgame, okay, this is what it's like to not follow the draft and then be forced to like just watch the draft. It's like if you were to watch Avengers Endgame, but you never saw any MCU movie, you had no idea about the Marvel Cinematic Universe and had no idea about the Marvel comic book series. That's how it would feel like. You're watching that movie without any sort of like recollection of anything. And so that's why it's, to me, required watching, required viewing. I'm always trying to catch up. And, I have a rule, whether it's fair to me or not. I need to have a broad understanding of the draft before I start talking about it in a professional way. If you guys have any questions about the quarterbacks and the running backs, I can answer those. But, we're not going to have any draft shows or anything like that until I feel like I have a full understanding of who makes sense for the Rams. Who is even good, who's not, like I need to know. And right now I don't feel like I know much about the draft outside of the quarterbacks for the most part, the top heavy quarterbacks and the running backs to an extent. What's up, Chacho? How's it going, Luke? Jake, will these Ramsey rumors be eliminated soon? Because at this point, it's getting annoying. Yeah, I just don't pay any attention to it. But yeah, I'm sure it will. Oh, I got you there. Don't worry about it, Jake. Take everything one thing at a time. Yeah, I know. And I said I was going to live stream Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. We'll probably just keep it to live streaming, just talk show. And then when I get comfortable or I'm in the mood or whatever, and I feel like I have time to kind of relax and kick back, then yeah, maybe we'll stream gaming again. And maybe we'll do that on another channel. Nothing I'm doing is set in stone. So there's a chance that like, this channel's always going to be set in stone. It's always going to have content, but there's a chance I might sprawl out a little bit. Maybe I decide to do more of an NFL, move the NFL content over. This will always be called Jake Ellenbogen, even if it's just Rams. I take pride in it just being Jake Ellenbogen, just being me. It's my brand, so it will always be Jake Ellenbogen, but there's a chance that I sprawl out to other channels as well. I haven't ruled out anything except for the fact that I'm not deleting my account. So that's pretty much the only thing I've pretty much ruled out. I'm used to those old JE lives. You got to do better, Jake. No more excuses, brother. HD, I know. I hear you. When are you going to start doing defense for your YouTube shorts? Well, it feels like forever, right? I mean, just trying to get through the offense right now. Only on the running backs, so that's the second. So you got running backs, then you got wide receivers, tight ends, offensive line, then defensive line, linebackers, edge, whatever order. I typically go edge, then inside linebackers, cornerbacks, safeties, and yeah. I probably won't look at punters and kickers, but who knows? If the Rams don't bring back what's his face, Riley Dixon, then maybe I look at a punter. Who knows? What's up, HLNY? Sorry, I had to say that slow. Otherwise, I was going to butcher it, and I'm way too tired. If I butcher that was going to be pathetic. What's up? Love you too. Appreciate you. Take it easy on yourself, Jake. You push too hard, bro. I know. I really do, but, it's all I know, right? Let's see. Still love you, Jake. We all are seeking perfection. And while, yes, you could be better, never apologize for yourself first. As someone who has a full-time job and does a podcast, I know how you feel. Thanks, Ashton. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's definitely frustrating, but... you eventually you figure it out, right? I mean, that's pretty much been the whole thing, essentially. Let's see. Future Ram man can dream. Please interview him. Yeah, we're trying to interview anybody. Really excited. If you guys don't know, Alexis and I, for you just regular football fans out there, not just the Rams, but Alexis and I are going to be starting our literally a football show, AFS. So AFS is going to kick off soon. It will be a live stream show, and it's just going to be about the NFL and maybe, obviously some college and talk a little bit about the draft. But I'm really excited about it because I feel it'll give me a chance to really kind of, once again, I say sprawl out. I mean, that's really what my goal has always been. Because the thing that you often see is, like, for instance, in bands, right? When you have your favorite band and they're into, say, they're a rock band, and all of a sudden, they're branching out, they're trying different things. They went from hard rock to now they're doing more like soft rock, or they're doing metal, and it's like they branch out and then they stop playing what you got, like what made you like them, and then you start to dislike them and so forth. That's not me, okay? So when I say branch out, sprawl out, whatever, I plan on, no matter what I do, continuing the Rams content until who knows, like that's the thing. I think a lot of people, when they hear branching out, they hear, other things. Like I've been asked, like, hey, are you done with the Rams? Like, once you start to branch out. And I'm like, no, like this is my favorite team. Out of all my favorite teams, this is my favorite team. So I intend on covering them for, I don't intend on I don't intend to stop covering them. I don't see why I would ever have to stop. I mean, really. So when I'm doing other things, like when I'm doing the MLB or the NBA or the NHL or whatever, like when I start doing that, I'm not just going to drop the Rams. So let me just be very clear. Let me address that in painstaking detail. I am not like leaving this space. So unfortunately, if you don't like me, you're going to see my face everywhere if you are a Rams fan, and you're just going to have to deal with it. But if you do like me, then, you'll still see my face a lot, and I guess you'll enjoy it. I look forward to growing in this space, but I also look forward to growing as just a individual content creator, a freelance content creator, sports content creator, whether that's also entertainment. I don't know. I mean, maybe someday I get more into the MCU. I tried MCU stuff and whatnot, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm well-rounded and can do it all. So, that's one thing I'll say there. All right. So let's see. Appreciate you. Let's see. Jay can take a break sometimes. You've gotten so much better in so little time. I have no doubt you'll improve the show and take care of yourself. Yeah, I mean, that's ultimately the goal, See, this is where I feel like I'm just not a normal dude, because I feel like I do, right? I look at every day as a failure if I didn't put out content that day. Or if I didn't make like a big, if I didn't put something out into the world in a positive light, entertainment, analysis that, educates people, whatever, I feel like I failed that day. You have 24 hours in a day. To me, I look at it as there's no excuse. Like, you should have at least something out every day. And when I don't, I get really upset with myself. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm just different. Like, not everybody else does that, but I that's how I am. We don't need a whole bunch of draft stuff, honestly. Well, I know you probably don't, but I need to do it for me. Which really this channel was founded on me just wanting to do more. It was really funded because like the pandemic. So for those of you who don't know the background of this channel, the reason why I think I've done so well and have had, really good growth and whatnot, obviously I've stuck with it and I've came consistently and I have great, audience like you guys, but I feel like I had to build that ahead of time. And I think that's kind of something that I've noticed since trying to start other channels is that, starting DTR, having that experience writing for Ramswire and whatnot kind of allowed me to have this platform. Because it was only a matter of time until those people kind of came over, and I'm saying those people, but it's probably some of you that are listening and watching. It was only a matter of time before those people came in and kind of filled out the rest of the subscriber base. And then it took a couple videos to really blow up, like the John Wolford one that had 27,000 views. And, that got a lot of people on here. And so, I feel like it's a good mix where I had the starting platform where I had the people that were following Downtown Rams already that were interested in me there. They, read my articles on Ramswire. And so they were interested in what I had to say from there. And then I found new people. And that's how you continue to compile and grow and all of that. And you fill in the space. And so, I just, that's just something that, I figured that's really how I got it started. And then, right around the whole COVID point, really what it ended up happening was my job at the time. I was working at this call center and they gave me like a furlough leave, so I was on furlough essentially, which means some of you probably were too, because it was the pandemic and a lot of jobs had to do this. So they let you go essentially. So it's like almost like a vacation and you get paid. Like it's this like paid leave. And I got paid a decent amount because the whole, like the government was giving out, I think it was $600 a week or something. So it was pretty solid, right? Like I was just getting paid like my same, what I would get paid at my job, after tax and whatever, just to basically stay at home. And during that time, while some people used it to just decompress and relax, I used it to create content. And what I found is that during that point, I wanted to go more into the video realm. And for those of you who don't know, I started with Facebook. So I was on Facebook and doing live streams on Facebook and doing live streams after the Rams games and stuff, even to the point where I forget it, And I had a decent following on there, but Facebook, I don't know, just DTR never really grew on Facebook the way I expected it to. Whereas on Twitter, it blew up more, I would say. And so, I started doing videos on YouTube, and for whatever reason, it took me a while to realize I could do live streams. And I don't know, man, I did live streams and I started to realize how freaking awesome this community is. Like, I mean, there's so many people that I've met through live streams. There's people that are just so nice. Like, I get DMs all the time like, hey, I got tickets to the Rams. I need you to go to a game at SoFi. I will literally pay for your ticket. And of course, I've had to turn them down. But look, like, appreciate you guys. It's a lot of work, but I don't take it for granted at all. And it's a lot, but I don't take it for granted, and I don't feel bad about it. But to go back to HD, I do the draft stuff for myself. And it all comes back to, I started this for myself. I knew I was good enough to put something out there into the world and have people consume it and like it. And, you just got to hit record. And my first video, was it great? I mean, I look back on it, I'm like, it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't great, And one of these days, I'll have the courage to rip up some of the videos from Facebook and show you how I really looked when I first started. But really what it comes down to is I wouldn't have built it to this point if I didn't just do what I wanted to do. But I also listened to the people. As I said on Believe in Rams, I listen to the people. And I listen to you guys and what you guys want to watch. With the draft, I've been doing it 6 years. I went to the Senior Bowl 3 years in a row, paid my own dime, paid my own way to go there. Obviously times got tough and I haven't been able to make it since, but the point is I'm going to continue doing the draft. I understand not everyone's interested. I get that. It's not for you. The content's still going to come out. I'm still going to have Rams content. I'm still going to have live streams. But I'm still going to continue doing the draft stuff because I'm actually very proud of some of the content that I've been able to put out this year. That's unlike anything I've ever done with the NFL draft. On the surface, it's just a minute. It's a minute scouting report of a player. But when you think about it, like, I'm really taking a scouting report that I've made, all my notes, and I'm making a comprehensive quick hitter 1 minute YouTube short, and it's also on TikTok and Instagram if you want to follow me there at JK Bogan, shameless plug. But the point is that I want it to be able to be digestible by any sort of football fan. If you're trying to get into the draft, like, I want you to be able to go right to my channel, go through, be like, you know what? I just need a crash course on the draft. Like, who's good, who's bad, whatever. And just be able to go through these prospects, these videos, and learn a thing or two about them. And just instead of having to sit there because you don't have the time, because whatever, time isn't permitted, whatever, you don't have the time to go through and watch all the film. I've already done that for you. And I made a comprehensive thing with some highlight clips as well to give you an idea of what this prospect looks like. So, I'm really proud of how it's come out, and I just want to keep getting better and keep having more of it come out. But I also just have to do a better job of managing while I'm doing the draft content. I'm also doing the Rams content. And that's something I think I've kind of, it's been harder to keep up with. So we're going to be better on that. What mic is that, dog? So this mic is the Shure SM7B. It's the gold standard of podcasting in this day and age. And when I will say it's better when you hear me talk, it's better than anything that you're probably going to hear out of a Shure microphone, just a regular Shure microphone. The reason being is I have a compressor on this that I had created. My audio engineer for the audio engineer for Believe, he was so great, and he created this compressor, and like it just, I don't know, it gave me like the perfect boomy sound that I was looking for in my microphone. And basically what I do is I basically mirror the sound. So I have the compressor going in Logic. So if you guys have Mac, you know what Logic Pro is. If you don't, I'm sorry, I don't know how to explain it. It's really just an audio recording software, audio editing software. But in Logic Pro, I have the compressor on the track. I have the track then isolated, right? So I have the isolated track with the compressor on my microphone, and then I have it mirroring over to OBS to create this sound. Because without this, it's not going to sound as good. So, you know, that's why the mic sounds the way it does. I take really good care of my sound. I make sure I want everything to be as good as it can, in short. So, as you guys know, don't burn out Jake the Snake. I'm not trying to, but, you know, we'll see. Let's go Rams. Yep. Don't get burned out like definitely don't get burned out like Vermeil and McVay. Yeah. You could always do a live stream where you're doing draft research. It might be a slower stream, but 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh, I could do that. Definitely could do that. I might slow down the stream though, because I'd be watching video, and I don't know, the internet gets all weird, you know, the Wi-Fi or whatever. I have Ethernet, but whatever, it gets all weird. Let's see. What's up, Ray? How's it going? Liking our coaching staff is coming together. Same here. Julio, I see a lot of message retracted. So I don't know if you deleted your messages, but I'm going through right now. I'll gladly answer anything you wanted to say. Yeah, don't be afraid to drop anything there. Yeah, I like the hire, you know. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of Day Camillus. There's some people that were. I certainly was not. So, you know, I wanted Jeremy Springer, but I'm biased because he follows me on Twitter. But no, I kind of like Blackburn, and I don't know. He seems like a high energy guy. Makes sense. Had experience playing special teams, so he knows a thing or two about it. So, yeah, I do like the hire. I don't see how that would make any sort of sense for the Rams or Miles Sanders, so I'm going to say no. What's up, Nolan? How's it going? I mean, I wouldn't trade Ramsey for anything less than 2 first rounders, so I don't know. I don't even know how a trade like that would look. I have yet to get to Chase Brown. My favorite running back in the draft is probably a tie at the moment. I absolutely love Jahmyr Gibbs. I think when you look at Jahmyr Gibbs, he is a more explosive Alvin Kamara with maybe not as great balance as Kamara, but still great balance. He does everything exceptionally well. He's a first-round talent, in my opinion. I think Bijan is the more complete running back in this draft. He's RB1, but my favorite to watch is probably him. And then I think my tied for favorite or second favorite, depending, is Tyjae Spears. I think Tyjae Spears is a starter day one. At least he can be. I have a second round grade on him, and I love watching that guy run. You know, I like USC, as you guys know, so I didn't love seeing him destroy USC, but you know, I really, really like the guy. I think he's got great contact balance. I think he has all of the ability as a pass catcher out of the backfield. I mentioned Alvin Kamara when talking about Jahmyr Gibbs. I think when you talk about a guy, you know, like a Tyjae Spears, I think you're talking about somebody that's very similar to Tony Pollard. That would actually be my comp for him. So I don't know. I'm a big fan of his game, and I'm excited to see, you know, where he goes in this draft, and even if the Rams would consider getting him, because he offers a lot as a receiver. He needs to be better in pass pro, and he did fumble twice the last 2 games of the year, but you know, I still think he offers so much. He's got the home run hitting ability. And another guy I really like that I don't know if you guys have watched yet. So there's this guy, Israel Abanikanda, also known as Izzy Abanikanda. And he is on, he's coming from Pitt. And I don't know why, but there are times, first off, I see Sony Michel 2.0 coming out of Georgia, but he's way faster. I like Abanikanda a lot. And I don't know where he's going to rank, but as of right now, my top 5 running backs as it stands, I believe it's Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Tajay Spears, want to say, as of right now, Zach Charbonnet, and then the number 5 one is Zach Evans. So I'm very, very excited to finish my evaluation of Abanikanda, because I believe right now I'm starting to think Abanikanda could be better than Charbonnet. I might put him at 4, but it depends on how he grades out, because I actually made a grading system this year that was more like sophisticated than years past, and I find it's worked decently for me. So we'll see where I put him. But yeah, I don't know. There's definitely some guys in this draft. It's a really good running back draft. I've only watched 9. I've barely scratched the surface, and it's a really, really good running back draft. So, definitely have to say that. Andy, thank you so much for donating. Really appreciate you. Rams will be revealing a new uniform this season. I hope to see a yellow jersey with white pants. Having white pants would add more combos. I'd love to see them rock the blue helmet with all white. Yeah, so I'm with you on the yellow jerseys, white pants. I'm also, all about, yellow or black or whatever. I like all of that, but, I think that's pretty much where I'm at. It has to be a yellow or a black. I'm not really interested in going back to the fearsome foursome colors. Just me personally, I'm over them. They just look like the Colts nowadays. So, that's where I stand. But, yeah, I think if you get one of those combinations, I think it would go a long way. It'd be pretty cool. Who do you think the Rams will get at corner 2 if Ramsey stays? Because Troy Hill definitely did not have the best year. It's probably going to be Jacoby Durant in a draft pick, if I'm being honest. Like, they'll probably draft a third guy, but Jacoby Durant deserves to start opposite Ramsey. If they go out in free agency, hopefully it's Jamel Dean. I would love Dean. He would be so good for this defense. Yeah. Keyshawn Boutte. Yeah. He's interesting. I have not watched many receivers, but my favorite receiver in the draft so far, just from watching tape on quarterbacks and running backs and just guys that stood out, it's Jalen Hyatt. I love Jalen Hyatt. When I was watching Hendon Hooker tape, I'm like, Jalen Hyatt is just an absolute stud. He'll probably end up being a first-round talent for me. I'd be shocked if he doesn't grade out as a first-round talent. He's got elite speed. Ball tracking is excellent. He can work whether he's pressed or, he can tear up a lot of ground. There are guys that play 10, 15 yards off him, and he's still going to eat that cushion like, it's chips or like popcorn. He's awesome. Jalen Hyatt of Tennessee. Remember the name. I freaking love that guy. And I haven't watched any of the receivers really outside of, like I said, guys that stand out to me on tape when watching. Everyone knows I like Jordan Addison because, again, USC, right? But no, Jalen Hyatt, it looks really good. Johnston from TCU also is really good. Those are guys that have stood out to me because I did watch what's his face? God, I can't remember his name now. The TCU quarterback. Duggan. There we go. Duggan. So yeah. Appreciate that, Kyle. Let's see. When do you think we make a move on the roster? Probably soon. Free agency is right around the corner. How would you feel about these trades? 2nd and a 5th for Josh Allen or a 4th for Tyron? Who's Tyron? A 2nd and a 5th for the problem is the Jaguars shouldn't trade Josh Allen. The Jaguars were just in the playoffs. If you're going to make any sort of trade, it's got to be a team that is just looking to get a guy off the books. Like maybe Washington, would they trade Montez Sweat? Are they going to bring him back? Are they going to sign him? If they're not going to sign him, then maybe he's an option. I don't know. I mean, Brian Burns, I wouldn't trade if I was Carolina. I just wouldn't do it. But, you know, we'll see what they do. But I don't know. Yeah, I think so as well. By the way, I really liked Ant-Man. I know there are people that said it was, you know, childish, it was awful, whatever. I really liked it. I enjoyed the hell out of Ant-Man. 9 out of 10 for me. You know, Quantumania, I thought Kang was awesome. Jonathan Majors, masterclass. I thought, you know, Paul Rudd, you know, he was great. Masterclass for him. And Catherine Newton, I really enjoyed in a movie called Freaky. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's like Freaky Friday with a horror twist. She swaps bodies with Vince Vaughn. He's the murderer essentially. So the horror character essentially is played by Catherine Newton. That's where I first saw her. So yeah, I really enjoyed that film, and I like the direction the Ant-Man is headed in. I was a little surprised by the ending. That's all I'll say. And the post-credit scenes, if you haven't seen them already, definitely stay for the post-credit scenes. I shouldn't have to tell anybody who sees a Marvel movie that, but still see people leaving Marvel movies early in the middle of credits. I don't know. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. What's up, Matthew? Ramsey for D-Hop. I think the Rams would be losing that trade astronomically. I think Jalen Ramsey is a lot better than DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins is, you know, over 30 now, and he's never healthy. Ramsey just played all 17 games. I would never trade Ramsey for a wide receiver. They're not cutting Ramsey. So I'm not saying there's no way they trade him, right? There's a chance they trade him. There's certainly a chance. Everyone has a price, in the words of Ted DiBiase Sr. But, okay, they're not cutting him. It would give them ridiculous amounts of cap. Like, it would sting. They would get no compensation. They are not cutting him. Like, you don't want to see me if they cut him. They're not going to cut him. It's not happening. No way. That too. I mean, I love some of the content creators out there. You know, the ones that are bigger than me, the ones that are smaller than me. I just love people that just go after it. They're willing to they're willing to create shit out of thin air. They're willing to make things happen. And I should appreciate NFL rums, but I don't, because it's just nonsensical bullshit. I mean, that's what it is. Like, they've been called out by multiple people within the industry. It's always nonsense, and I just don't like it. I don't like steering. I really don't like being disingenuous. I don't like steering people in the wrong direction. And when you are reporting news, you have to be better, okay? You have to be better. It's that simple. You can't just sit there and make shit up. I mean, I don't know. It's gotten ridiculous. It really has. So, you know, I figured I'd throw that out there, but you guys already know. Just feel his presence is too important for upcoming young DBs right now to get rid of him. I totally agree. Like, how does that help Jacoby Durant? How does that help him? How does that help Robert Rochelle? How does that help Darion Kendrick? It doesn't. You want to have him. He's definitely helped to be there. I don't want Jimmy Ward. I don't like the guy at all, and there are other guys I'd rather have. So I'd prefer not to have Jimmy Ward. He doesn't respect the quarterback that plays for the Rams, so I don't want him. Appreciate you. Yes, be sure to hit the like button. We're at 101 viewers. I still can't believe we're doing that. It's 11:54 Eastern time. You guys are awesome. We have 42 likes, so be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Jake McVeigh. I enjoy the draft coverage. Granted, it's a lot more enjoyable when the Rams have a first-round pick. Totally hear you there. Dave Camillus. Simon McVeigh getting a lot during games. Interesting. I didn't know that. Seen a report we'd pick up Mecole Hardman. I don't know why that would make any sense. I don't think Mecole Hardman's that great. I mean, that's the problem. Like, I don't know what he really offers that isn't already on the roster. Like Atwell and Van Jefferson, I would take over Mecole Hardman, but that's just me. Hey Jake, curious, have you had any prior attempts to current Ram staff in quick, i.e. Les Snead? To contact, is that what you mean? Like contacting Les Snead and whatnot? Like I tried to get an interview with Sean McVay and the Rams blocked it. So like I went through his agent and everything. I don't know. I don't think the Rams like me very much. Even though all I do is help their PR. I know there are people on the Rams that like me. I've had people reach out to me, whether it's part of their YouTube channel or, whether it's a member of the coaching staff or a player. Like they respect me, but I don't know, like Rams PR. Like I said, I've been blocked so many times. All you need to know is that Pat McAfee even said they're hard to deal with. So I don't know. I don't know. I'll continue doing what I'm doing, and if they want to keep me out of it, they can keep me out of it. I don't care. Jake, how do you feel about Traveron Henderson? Traverson from Ohio State. I don't know who that is. So I probably haven't seen him yet, I would assume. So I wouldn't be able to tell you, unfortunately. I like their current uniforms. All right. Okay, everyone. Have best rest of your night. Later, Chacho. Black Unis would send the old heads into a frenzy. In that case, bring them on. I think that'd be awesome. If you had to pick one free agent most likely to sign with the Rams, who do you think? I mean, most likely to sign with the Rams, free agent. I'm probably just gonna I'm just gonna say Taylor Lewan. I can't even talk because he's already mentioned that, like he wanted to play for the Rams. So probably him. Just because I can't really think of anybody. Maybe Daniel Brunskill, but it's between. I'd say those two are. It'd be an offensive lineman, but I don't know who it would be. Yeah, that would be cool. Hyatt is so good. Oh my God. Big fan of Hyatt. Thanks, Gammon. And once again, appreciate your hospitality, your donation. It's always a pleasure, talking with you. Yeah, I mean, I obviously I'm not a Niner fan, but I've heard from multiple people that there are so many other fan bases, or not fan bases. There's so many other PR, whatever you want to call it, PR staff. We could call it staff. There's so many other teams with better PR staffs, like that will literally be like, hey, yeah, you want to interview this player? Yeah, that's cool. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like I went on Payo Times, Rams, YouTube yesterday. You should check it out. Actually, we had a really good conversation. A lot of stuff we talked about, including just the state of Rams YouTube. But like he mentioned, he's like, I'm one of the biggest in the space. When you talk about Rams content, I'm one of the biggest. And it's like, you kind of look at it and you're like, I mean, hey, if you're not going to work with me and I'm one of the biggest in the space and, my co-host played for your team and whatnot, then whatever. There's not really anything I can do at that point, So that's just the way it is. But yeah, Ant-Man's good. I don't know if you're going to like it. I think you I don't know. Nolan, you're not really a really picky person. I think you'd like it. Yeah, I think you'll like it. They don't. I mean, it's ridiculous. Anytime somebody talks about the Rams cutting Jalen Ramsey, they have no idea what that even means. This isn't Todd Gurley. Like, this is Jalen Ramsey, who doesn't have any injuries. You know, he just played all 17 games. He's the best corner. I mean, like, what are you even talking about? It's just silly. I'm here for it. I think they have to put horns back in the uniform. I'm here for that too. Geez, someone please do research. That's true. It was, but the vibe I got with Kevin Demoff's response to Ramsey was that it felt more contractual. Like, it felt like Ramsey wants more money, or he wants his deal reworked. The Rams have mentioned to him probably something along a pay cut. Like, you see, like, there's probably a disconnect here. Like, that's what I'm thinking. And it's, those things can be solved. Like, you know, I'm not ruling that out. Yeah, exactly. I don't like Jimmy Ward. I can't even pretend that I mean, I just don't like him. Pochich? Yeah, I mean, that could be something. Thanks, Sentry. Appreciate you. Yeah, Peo is a lot of fun. And he always is. Like, we always have a great time talking. He's one of the nicest guys in the space. So, I mean, if you're looking for, you know, one of the good guys to subscribe to and follow, it's definitely Peo time. Like, you know, you're talking about just a genuinely good-hearted person that knows a thing or two about the team. Like, it's not just all, you know, sunshine and rainbows. Like, he knows his stuff. And so, you know, I think that's really cool. Plus, he's from Canada. So it's like, Canadian Rams fan, like, dude doesn't even live in the the same country as the Rams play in, and he's still that much of a diehard. Yeah, those people get extra stuff from me. Yeah, I know. I saw that and I felt it. I definitely felt it. I think he's an absolute stud. I mean, Johnston, I think there's a very, very good chance that he goes in what we would call the lottery, like the top half of the draft. But you know, you could be looking at top 10. I still think Jalen Hyatt's going in the first round. Like, people are like, oh, he's a second rounder. No. I think Jalen Hyatt is going to be one of the first guys off the board. He is going to rip up the combine. Okay. He's going to run like a 4.29 and everyone's going to lose their freaking minds. But the thing about his 4.29, if he runs that, you need to keep in mind, he's not just a speed guy. Like, he is a well put together receiver. He's not 5'7". He's got some size to him, you know? So yeah, I don't know. Oh, really? Who's that? O-line, edge, and cornerback. Interesting. Brian, there you go. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for any Rams fan, but I'm just saying, people that are outside of the country, people that are nowhere near, right? Nowhere near LA or St. Louis and stuck by this team through thick and thin, yeah, they deserve some props. They do. So, you know. Man, low-key wish we could fast forward about 3 weeks so I would, like, know what's going on. There's so much, like, that's up in the air, but, oh, man. I don't know. I'm excited about the future. That's all I'll say. Jackson, free agent. John Michael Schmitz, Bruss, and Shelton Bruss / Shelton, Have. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm set. Okay. AJ Jackson, Alaric Jackson, whatever you want to call him. Jackson can start at left tackle for me any day. Okay. Do I think Bowles could be an option to, like, trading for Garrett Bowles? Yes. Do I think they could go after Taylor Lewan? Yes. Do I think they could draft a tackle? Yes. But I think Jackson at left tackle, sign me up. I'm here for Jackson left tackle. Then you have left guard. You have David Edwards coming off a concussion, multiple concussions. I think Edwards could be back cheap. So you could have Edwards back at left guard. Or you could go and you could look at somebody like Daniel Brunskill. You could look at somebody like Pochik, who could play center and he can play guard. The draft, right? I don't know anybody in the draft outside of John Michael Schmitz and Jarrett Patterson as far as the interior offensive line. I have not studied that position yet. When I get to it, I can't wait because I think the videos are just going to blow up. Like, if we're being honest, everyone's always talking about the offensive line. So I would have to imagine when I make my offensive line video with all the draft prospects, you guys are going to go ballistic. And that's great. It's going to help the channel. But I'm not there yet. So Jackson left tackle, we'll say Edwards can back up left tackle. So let's do Jackson, then left guard. We'll say Brunskill for now. So we got Jackson, Brunskill, center. We'll say draft pick. Right guard, Bruss/Allen/ Edwards/ Shelton and / Ankrum. Yeah. And then Havenstein at right tackle. I'm not from Canada. I'm from New York, but I don't know if you're replying to Brian or not, but yeah, I just wanted to make that clear. Jake, if a magical genie granted you the wish of being a top 10 NFL player, what position would you play? If a magical genie granted me a wish to be a top 10 NFL player, what position would I play? Quarterback. I think if I was in the NFL, I'd want to play quarterback. Definitely. See, quarterback, you can kind of, in a way, don't get me wrong, there are things that happen, but quarterback, you can control how you get hit. You can control what happens to you. If I'm a receiver and I get thrown into what we call an ambulance catch, where I get thrown into it and the guy hits me helmet to helmet or something, I can't control that. If I'm a running back, and I'm running into like the pile, I can't control a guy clubbing me in the ACL. Tight end, I can't control like as a quarterback, I can move out of the pocket. I can, I feel like I would be a dual threat quarterback. That's what I would want to be. If I could be anything, that's what I would be. I mean, you get paid so much at Daniel Jones wants 35? No, he wants 40 million, right? 45 million, something crazy. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Let's see. I don't know who that is, but I'll find out soon enough. I don't know who Michael Turk is. I remember, was it Matt Turk? Did he punt for the Rams? I know it sounds familiar. Oh, gotcha. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah. No, I feel that. Yeah, I don't know. It's a great question. Very thought-provoking. Like, what would you want to be top 10 in? Shit, I don't know. I mean, I'd say quarterback, but wait a minute. Did I just get an alert? Bro, I just got an alert for it. Wait, so Outer Banks, it dropped? Outer Banks dropped just now? What? Outer Banks season 3 release date. Because I mean, I don't know if you guys follow Outer Banks, the Netflix series. Okay, it drops Thursday. What do they mean it dropped just now? It drops Thursday, February 23rd. Why did I get an alert that said it dropped just now? And why did it... So annoying. I still need to watch Last of Us and How I Met Your Father, the latest. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's supposed to come out Thursday. I don't know why it said that. What's up? Yeah, I hear you. That does suck. Well, no, I haven't seen the latest Last of Us yet. I haven't seen the latest episode. I've seen all of them up to the one that just came out. But yeah, it drops on Thursday. I don't know. I'm gonna check Netflix right now, see if maybe it dropped early. I don't know. If it did, I mean, peace out, dudes. I'll be watching that. No. Yeah, I'm gonna say it didn't drop. I'm gonna say it did not drop yet. Outer Banks season, yeah, it didn't come out yet. I just checked Netflix. I don't know. People are weird. Total fake news job, not drob. I think, when does Bel Air come out? Doesn't that come out soon? Bel Air comes out also Thursday. Yeah, Bel Air season 2, Thursday. Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely be giving that a look. A lot of stuff coming out. A lot of stuff. I actually made a list. I don't know if you guys are on Twitter, but I literally made a list of all the cool things coming out. Where is it? I'm not going to be able to find it, am I? Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, so we got Outer Banks season 3. That comes out the 23rd. Bel Air season 2 comes out the 23rd. Mandalorian season 3 comes out March 1st. You season 4 part 2 comes out March 9th. Shadow and Bone season 2 comes out March 16th. Yellow Jacket season 2 comes out March 26th. Love and Death comes out 4/27, so April 27th. And that is Love and Death is the first thing that Elizabeth Olsen's been in since Multiverse of Madness. So that'll be cool if you like Elizabeth Olsen. It's rumored that July 7th, Gen V will come out. And Gen V is a, what the hell is it called? A spinoff of The Boys. It's like a Hunger Games style, no holds barred, rated not for everybody. It's very gory. It's a Hunger Games style spinoff of The Boys. Secret Invasion is rumored to come out in May. So I don't know if it will, but that's the rumor. Loki season 2 is rumored to come out at some time in summer. So that's what we'll be getting there for TV shows based on my list. Then movies, we got Cocaine Bear coming out February 24th. We got Creed 3 coming out March 3rd. 65 comes out March 10th. Luther, The Fallen Son comes out March 10th. Scream comes out March 10th. Then you have John Wick 4. Cannot wait for that. March 24th. You have March 31st, A Good Person, Murder Mystery 2. April 21st, you have Evil Dead Rise. April 28th, you have Paint, which is the what the hell is his name? The painter. What the hell? I've totally forgot his name. Bob Ross. Yeah, Bob Ross. So the Bob Ross biopic or whatever. Big George Foreman. So the George Foreman biopic, which is going to be badass. April 28th. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, May 5th. The Boogeyman remake, June 2nd. Across the Spider-Verse, June 2nd. Transformers reboot, June 9th. Extraction 2, June 16th. The Flash, June 16th. Indiana Jones 5, June 30th. July 21st is Oppenheimer, which has literally every actor and actress that you could name of. Blue Beetle comes out August 18th. I'm willing to give it a look. The Nun 2 comes out September 8th. Kraven the Hunter, October 6th. The Exorcist remake, October 13th. Saw 10 comes out October 27th. That's going to be badass. The Dune Part 2 is coming out November 3rd. The Killer comes out November 10th. You got The Marvels coming out November 10th. The Hunger Games, I guess, reboot. I don't know what that is, but there's a new Hunger Games coming out, not with any of the original cast, November 17th. Aquaman 2 comes out December 25th on Christmas. Then you have Beverly Hills Cop 4 to be determined, Carry On to be determined, Havoc to be determined, Killers of the Flower Moon to be determined, Ghosted to be determined, Star Wars Rogue Squadron to be determined, Red One, and Napoleon to be determined. So a lot of good content coming out. Oppenheimer is going to absolutely slap. I cannot wait for that. What's up? How we doing? Yeah, see, I knew you would be all about that. That's going to be freaking cinema, let me tell you. I do not watch soccer. I don't know anything about soccer. I know that Messi's considered the GOAT in the sport. People like to think that Ronaldo is. I don't know how you could look at the stats and think that, but to each their own. Then you have, Mbappe or whatever, but I don't know anything after that. Yeah, I mean, you probably are, right? Nolan, they probably got, a quick, they probably took a video of you while you were walking to, your nearest grocery store or something. Getting some ice cream from like Dairy Queen or some shit, and they're just got you in the shot. I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me. Everybody's in that movie. Oh, it's badass. I love Brian Flores. I think it's a great hire, and I think Minnesota is a team to really look out for. Once again, I mean, I was on them. You probably know. I was all over Minnesota before the season started. I was like, Mike Zimmer was one of the worst things that happened to that team. So when they let him go and they got KOC, clearly going to make the playoffs. Now, it's up for Kirk Cousins to take the next step, but and I don't know if he's going to do it, but that defense will be better, and that's a good thing. I mean, Brian Flores is going to have that defense clicking, I think. Yeah, you're missing out. It's fun, man. I really like you. I think it's such a bizarre, that unreliable flip of the switch narrator. I think that is such a cool way to present a show. I don't know. Joe Goldberg is one of the most fascinating characters, and he barely says a damn thing. We just only know him because of his narrations. I mean, when you think about it, the dude is an absolute creep show because we're hearing his narrations, his voice, but they're not actually hearing. Like, he doesn't talk much at all. When you really go through and you think about it, when does Joe talk in you? Like, he talks, obviously, at some point, but he doesn't talk a lot. It's those are the people you got to look out for when they're just sitting there and they're like, I don't know. There are people that are shy, but then there's people like him that are like, is this guy all right? Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they got rid of Donatello. They upgraded. What did I say? I said they upgraded from a stale granola bar to a Krispy Kreme donut. I mean, I know it's mean, but Florida's is so much better. It's ridiculous. I think they at least win 11 games. Absolutely. How many W's do you think LAR gets? I think they get about 10, 11, 12. I think they're in that range. I do. Anything more than that is fine, but, you know. Well, I mean, come on. Krispy Kreme donuts are like, you know, God's gift. Unless you live, like, see, fun fact, I live in the upstate New York area, and by Albany there used to be a Krispy Kreme factory, and they made it, like, apparently it was like too unhealthy or whatever, so like I don't know, like the area basically didn't want it to be around anymore, so they stopped funding it or whatever, and basically we lost it. And yeah, I hate it. I hate that we lost that Krispy Kreme donut factory. It's awful. We only get the prepackaged stuff in our stores and whatnot. It's just bullshit. Like we had a Krispy Kreme donut factory right in this area, and we lost it. And I don't know. I always love getting those when I'm on vacation. Actually, when I was on vacation leaving Florida, we got Brooklyn water bagels. And if you guys don't know, first off, bagels on the East Coast apparently are way bigger than on the West Coast. I didn't know this. But like, I mean, I love bagels. And anybody that I know around here loves bagels for the most part. I mean, my siblings work at a bagel, shop, essentially. Bagel and coffee shop. So, I mean, really what it comes down to is that this area is just obsessed with bagels. New York is like the bagel capital, essentially. And there is like, there's no way to know for sure, but there's like the reason why you go to like New York City, when you go to New York City and you get a bagel from one of those carts, the reason why they taste so damn good, they say is because of the water in Brooklyn. Like it just has this not chemical, but it's like scientifically like better for like when you boil the bagels or whatever. And I mean, I can't deny that it's wrong, because I went to the Brooklyn water bagel, the original one in Florida, and what they did is they tried to recreate the Brooklyn water, and it tastes like a New York City bagel. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. I mean, we have so many bagel spots. It's just the way it is. But if you don't like bagels, I don't know what to tell you. But, and I will say to you California people out there, when I went to LA, the one thing I wanted nonstop, it's called Egg Slut. Okay. Egg Slut is amazing. It's, I don't know, man. I don't know how you guys live in that area and don't have Egg Slut every single day. I mean, that is literally the greatest egg sandwich I've had in my whole life. It's just, I'm like, I need it now. They have like their own, I forget what it was, but they had their own like homemade sausage patties, and they were so good. And like they have like, it's almost like they create like this, it's like a creamed egg, almost like an egg. I don't even know what to call it. Coddled egg. I don't know. It tastes amazing. If you guys have never been there, if you live in California, if you live in the LA area and you've never been an Egg Slut, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Like, I don't, honestly. Because I went there all 3 times, and I went there almost every single day when I was in LA, all 3 times. That place is the bomb. Where else do we go? Alexis wanted to go to that one. What's the type of pancakes? Souffle pancakes? Peaches? Was it called Peaches? I don't know. We went one of those places. Really, really good. We went to a place in Studio City. We ran into Topher Grace. Eric Foreman, Venom, Topher Grace. We ran into him. We ran into Chris D'Elia. because we had just seen the Chris D'Elia show the night before. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, and I don't see any comments, so I'm going to assume that the no participation is you're either tired or that you have been egg slut and there's no point of even saying anything. But if you haven't, I don't know what to tell you. And Dunkin' Donuts, I mean, I don't know, man. Dunkin' Donuts is all right, but it's not a Krispy Kreme donut. I can tell you that much. Krispy Kreme donuts are just different. Just like, you know, New York City bagels are just different. I mean, bagels are just different. And if you get, like, here's the thing, okay? There is a bagel that you probably have never heard of. I didn't realize no one had heard of it before. I did a poll, and I did a poll on these bagels, and it apparently is like a New York thing, like not bagels in general, but bagels are big on the East Coast, but it's called a pumpernickel bagel, and it's my favorite type. I don't know why. I've always loved it. It's great with anything. You put cream cheese on it, whether that's just regular cream cheese or you put lox on it, like salmon spread cream cheese, things like that. It's great. By itself, I would eat it. I'd eat it with, eggs and just have an egg sandwich on it, have a regular sandwich on it. Highly recommend pumpernickel bagels if you have not tried them. Let's see. I live in LA and haven't been there. Well, I guess we know what you're doing. Let me know how you like Egg Slut, because it is amazing. I've lived in LA all my life and never heard of Egg Slut. Wow. Yeah, I guess there's one of the locations must have closed, but the only two Egg Sluts I know of in LA are downtown or Venice, but they are good for sure. Yes, absolutely. I was really surprised how much I enjoyed. Like, I really, really liked it. I knew it was going to be good, but when I was like, all right, I'd eat that every day, I didn't think it would be that good. Oh, man. You never know where this show is going to take us. I mean, we were talking about movies and TV shows and Rams coaches and the Vikings, and now we're talking about eggs. We're talking about egg sluts. And bagels. Man, I'm about to have a bagel now. Probably popcorn. Popcorn and a bagel. Them eggs be easy. Oh, I'm going to get canceled for that. So, probably shouldn't. I don't know. The way everyone gets, butthurt about everything. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for me. We really appreciate you guys hopping on. I know it's late, but we're going to try to do this at least 30 minutes a day. See if we can keep it up. I really want to. I always love interacting with you guys. I enjoy this. So that's the plan. As you can see, I'm tired, so I almost said I'm gonna watch popcorn. I almost said I'm gonna watch popcorn. That's how tired I am. I'm gonna get some popcorn. I'm gonna watch maybe not watch The Last of Us while eating. I'm gonna get some popcorn. I'm gonna watch the most recent episode of How I Met Your Father. Finish the popcorn, then watch Last of Us. Probably get some sleep. Then I'll get up early. I'll do some draft stuff. We'll get some videos out, those YouTube shorts. I got my meeting, I think, at 1. I'm going on a Carolina Panthers podcast or show at 4-ish. And then later on after that, we'll go live. That's what we'll do. That it's set in stone. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Count on it. Last of Us, my favorite. No, not Ultraman. Stop that. J Live sponsored by Egg Sluts. Night, Jake. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys soon. And I'll see you guys, I guess today is Wednesday. Shit. So I'll see you later tonight. That's the plan. Sticking to it. Peace.